Hi everyone, I hope you're doing really great. So now I will start another tarot card reading session for the month of August 2023. So we will start with the first zodiac sign, that is Aries. So Aries, how will be your month of August? Your first card is the Sun card. This card indicates that in this month, you will be focusing on yourself a lot. I mean, actually, since a couple of months, since a long time, you have been focusing on yourself a lot, and you will continue doing that. But in that process is a chance that maybe you are going away from your relationship, from your husband or your wife. Maybe your spouse is kind of away from you. Maybe it's a long distance relationship and you have kind of not given them enough time. So I'll advise you that this month you should try to balance how much time you are giving to yourself and how much time you are giving it to your loved ones or the people who really care for you. Otherwise, you'll be shining a lot, you will be recognized in many ways, and at the same time, at your home, you will be playing the role of a father. Like, let's say you are a woman, then suddenly you might have to play the role of a father in your home. Or maybe if you are a man, then you have to play a role of a mother in your house. So, kind of that kind of situation. And otherwise, if you are married and you have kids, so your child will take a lot of your time and you will give a lot of focus, concentration on your child. Especially your child's education will be an important matter for you. You'll be very, very kind of stressed out and concerned about your child's education, and you will give a lot of focus on that. Otherwise, I can also see that romance is in the card. I mean, you might find someone really romantic this month, especially in the beginning of the month, maybe in the first week. You will find someone who's very, very romantic kind of person, and you will maybe have a great conversation with that person. I can also see that you might decide to buy a costly item this month. Maybe you can buy a car or maybe a luxurious item and you will keep it in your house. It can be really something which is very beautiful, something which is very aesthetic to look at, something which is very creative, artistic kind of thing, or maybe which is very something you had desired since a long time and you'll be very happy on having that. Your education will be an important matter for you and you will focus a lot on your education. You might take an admission also this month, and you'll be studying a lot, especially those who are doing competitive examinations, they're giving competitive examinations, they will be studying a lot this month. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Five of Wands, and this card indicates that, well, there will be some sort of challenges this month also. The major challenge of this month which you will face will be related to your body, your physical body, your fitness and your personality. I mean, you will have to deal with some issues related to your body. Maybe you have suddenly put on a lot of weight and you are trying to reduce it, or maybe you have some health issue, you haven't dealt it properly and you will have to deal with it. You have to find the root cause and eliminate it completely and become fit and fine. You have to take care of your health a lot this month, my dear Aries. You also have to work on your personality. I mean, in case, let's say you have a low self-esteem, or maybe you have many flaws and maybe you have not healed yourself. Maybe you are unable to deal with the outside world because of your inner fears. This month you will have to deal with it in a braver manner. I'll advise you that try to figure out what are your mistakes or your flaws, write it in a diary and think in a very deep manner, what can I do about it? And I'm sure you'll get the answers. I can also see that you have some sort of conflict situation this month, especially after 19th of August onwards. There might be some conflict, maybe a legal dispute, maybe an office related conflict or some sort of fight, maybe with your uncle. There can be a fight, or maybe related to property matter, some document matter, but you will be quite active. You will fight bravely and there's chance that you will win the battle. As such, Aries are really fiery signs, and I know that you guys love fighting and winning also. The next card I see is the Temperance card, and this card indicates that, as I said, you will be going for higher education. At the same time, you will be focusing on higher philosophy, especially 27th of this month onwards. You will be going for some sort of higher thought, higher philosophy, knowledge. Maybe you will start asking questions like, when is the universe going to end? Or questions like, what is the true purpose of my life? Those kind of stuff. And at the same time, on 29th of this month, I see some sort of career change. There can be some boost in your career. Maybe you'll become very emotional related to your career. And I also see a kind of a career romance, an office romance, Maybe somebody will join in your company, or maybe with someone, with a colleague, a small sort of romance might start. Maybe it will be really secretive, very romantic kind of romance. Your home, your house, your happiness will be very important for you this month. Especially, you might even decide to paint or create, or do something like photography or something creative. You might decide, and you will find some balance inside you. Your balance of life is important for you this month. Moving on to the next card. And we have the Two of Swords, and this card indicates that, as you can see, the lady is thinking which decision to take, this or that. And, you will have two choices, two roads, two decisions, two paths. And you will have to decide which one to take. You might have some fear inside you, and there's a lot of indecisiveness. Maybe you will feel kind of a low energy, a little bit of low energy this month also. But at the end, right now things are not clear. But I will say that take your time, think in a very calm, cool manner, and eventually you will get to know what is right for you. Moving on to the next sign, and we have the Taurus sign for you. And my dear Taurus, your first card is the Empress card. It's a beautiful card. It's a card of love, care, and happiness. So for this month, your home will be very, very important for you. There's a high chance that you are already working from home, or you will work from home this month. And you will spend a lot of time with your mother. Maybe you will come back to your village, or maybe your motherland. Maybe you were outside and suddenly you came home. You will meet people from your family, your motherland, your mother, village, etc., etc. And at the same time, you will be very much very, very much interested in your happiness. You will take care, beautify your house also. There might be some renovation you might do it. Maybe you will paint your house, or maybe you will beautify it, buy some stuff and keep it there. At the same time, I see you kind of making some efforts for yourself, like for your hobbies. You might start some new hobby, like maybe you will join some class, something you wanted to do, anything of your hobby, and you will enjoy it. And you will connect with your siblings, your brother, your sister. You will feel very emotional about it. You might even become like a little bit like a father figure for your brother or your sister, and you will take care of them. But there's one conflict which I'm seeing is that there can be some sort of fight with your mother. Like you might have a little bit of tiff, some disagreement with your mother. And you will have a very good quality time with your pets. Like let's say, suppose you have pets. You have a dog or a cat, you will, or maybe you will get a dog or a cat and you will spend time with them. And if you already have them, then you will adore them, you will enjoy their company. Some of you who have already gone for foreign education or foreign lands, or, for some foreign trip, or who are already living away from their home, they will continue their education. And only thing I see, there might be some sort of trouble, challenge you might face related to, if you are living in a foreign land, there might be some challenge and you will have to deal with it. If you have like gone to a place away from your home for education, so there can be some issues, some challenges. Let's say you are studying something and you might face, maybe your studies have gone down, your marks have gone down, your grades are very low, and you will be kind of have to deal with it. So just be brave and deal with it. That's all I have to say. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Seven of Swords, and this card indicates that I can see some sort of conspiracy behind your back, especially in your career. There'll be some conspiracy in your office politics. We all deal with it every time, all the time. Maybe your best friend will backstab you or something will happen. Well, it happens to all of us. Don't worry, you will come out of it. So just do not trust anyone. Do not reveal any of your secrets to anyone, and try to speak as less as possible. Maybe you will recover out of it very soon. You will learn a lesson, of course, out of that. So you will be quite stressed out for that reason. Take care of your mind, of your mental health. And again, I say conflict with your mother, especially in 22nd of August. So be a little bit, be very soft in your words, in your conversation with your mother especially. And you will find it very difficult to come out of the conflicting situations. Especially you are in a mode of not wanting to fight anymore. You are very tired of fighting actually. So what will happen is the conflicts in your life will come and they will go away on their own. Even if you try to stop it, you will not be successful. Things will happen on its own. 19th of the month, I see you might have some issues with your child also. Your child might fight with you or something like that. So again, as I said, you have to be very soft. You have to handle your child in a very diplomatic manner. Otherwise, you might join some sort of a sports activity, like an outdoor game or something. Maybe some sports, a gym or something you'll join. You might want to take care of your fitness, especially after 19th of this month. I see that happening. So despite all these conflicting situations this month, I see you writing this month. If you are a wannabe writer, you might be successful in at least starting to write this month, and you might write about something related to a romantic story. Something like a romantic story, maybe your own story or something which inspired you to write it. And you might listen to a lot of songs or music or something like that from YouTube or internet this month, which are like romantic songs or something like that. You might do something like that. You might start a new hobby this month. Something which is very creative, which is connected to hands, something using your hands. Can be anything, can be writing, can be let's say painting, or creating some art and craft or something like that. So that was all for Taurus, and we'll move on to the next sign, that is Gemini. So Gemini, your first tarot card for the month of August 2023 is the Emperor card. Well, this card is, as you can see, it shows the Emperor, the King. So you very much like a king right now in terms of, there's a lot of expansion in your life. Expansion, especially in your financial sector and in your friend circle, money matters and your profit. And your friend circle, your network circle, and all the people, in social media, or, that has grown a lot since a couple of months. And it will continue to do so. At the same time, you had a major wish, and some of you really, really worked hard for it, for that wish. So it can be anything. It can be maybe you wanted a dream company, maybe you wanted to join, let's say you wanted to go to a city, some fantasy city, like maybe you wanted to go to Goa, or maybe you wanted to go to America. So, or maybe you wanted to go to a particular college. Maybe you wanted a particular kind of relationship. Something, there was some wish which was there, and your wish has come true. But of course, you still will be facing some challenge related to it. It is like whatever you wanted, it happened. But, you are the king, the emperor now. But, when your dreams come true, you face new challenges. Now you are thinking that, okay, I got what I wanted, but now I am facing new conflicts related to it. So is it like a mirage? I mean, did it happen to haunt me or something like that? So yeah, that the challenge will be there. and you have to face it. Just be brave and figure out what to do. Find out solutions, strategies, what to do, because you must remember, like, the whole journey you took for reaching there, for achieving that, you must have worked really hard. So you should try to figure out a solution for that. Otherwise, you will have a bonding with your elder sibling. There can be some conflict with your elder brother or your sister. Try to manage it in the best possible manner, and don't worry, things will change after a period of time. Have patience. At the same time, what I can see is that since you're so much focused in money matters, in your work, in your dreams, in your project, you're very successful, you're working really hard. So you have devoted a lot of energy in this sector, for which your love life has kind of, gone into the cold zone, I can say. So romance is not much in the cards here. And I also see that there's a breakup or a divorce situation or something, or some sort of loss of love in your life. You're kind of disinterested now. You're like, oh, okay, I don't care about it anymore. Let it go to hell or something like that. And at the same time, if you have a child, if you are a parent, you have a kid, then there can be some conflict with your child. Maybe it's an ongoing conflict, or maybe your child has gone far off to study or to some other place or city, and you might be missing your child. Otherwise, you will be getting a lot of profit from the government sector. You might even get a government job. Maybe if you applied for a competitive examination, you might get a government job, and you'll be very, very excited for that. You'll get some profit from the government sector. And I can see there is some connection with the paternal property inheritance. Like, let's say you might get some information or news related to your paternal property. You might inherit something. You might get sudden money related to that. And you will also have a bonding with your father, maybe some sort of emotional bonding. Maybe you will visit your father. Maybe you will talk to him about his own life, or maybe you will miss him. Maybe you'll feel emotional about your father. There's some father connection coming here, some father figure kind of thing. And also see there's some sort of conflict with your boss, especially in the first week of August. But don't worry, it will resolve after that. And you will manage it, because Geminis are very efficient in talking and conversation, and they're very intelligent signs, and they know what to do, how to talk, what to say in what situation. They're very, very, very smart people, I can say. I also see there is some sort of damage happening in regards to your higher education. So you have to be a little bit careful if you are doing a PhD, or let's say you are doing post-graduation or some high kind of studies. So be very, very careful about your grades, your marks, how you deal with your seniors or your teachers or mentors. And also those who are working, you should be very careful about how you deal with your seniors and boss in your office. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Page of Cups. And this card indicates that you will be making a lot of efforts, like lot of self-driven efforts towards your own business or your own project, something which is very dear and near to you, to your heart, something which is very close to you, like something which is like your pet project. You wanted to do it since a long time. Some of you might try to become an entrepreneur this month, like you are just beginning this idea and you're making efforts. You're maybe gathering your friends or your money, your resources. You're focusing on something which you want to do it of your own, or maybe some freelance project or work. And some of you might start a new job, like a fresh new start in a new job. Or maybe you are an intern, or maybe you are just a joinee, like a joinee engineer, or an assistant, or you just have joined a company, started something new. So when you start something new, there'll be a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and you will have new co-workers, new people in your life, and you will have to deal with them. So, and I can also see there can be some fight with your co-worker. There'll be some sort of issue, and it will be resolved eventually. And you also will be interacting with your siblings, with your brothers and sister. There will be some, maybe you'll spend some time with them, and you will also get some profit from your siblings. I also see that some of you might start a business which is related to the internet, like e-commerce, something in which you're using the internet. And again, as it can be a startup, or some of you might start a YouTube channel or something like that. From 8th of the month, 8th of August, you might face some extra expenditure related to your family. Maybe somebody in your family will fall sick, or maybe some expenditure, money you have to spend related to your furniture, I don't know, something related to your family. And you will spend some money related to food also. Like maybe you will buy something exotic, I don't know, something you love. Geminis as such, they love spending money on food, variety of food. Please be very careful from 14th to 17th of August, because that time you might face some financial fraud or theft, or you might lose your money. You might become very emotional actually. Don't be an emotional fool that time. You will be very romantic. Sometimes we become very romantic, poetic, and become very emotional, become an emotional fool, and people cheat us. I don't want that to happen with you. So be very, very careful. Try to remain practical, or at least ask someone. Like maybe somebody is a very practical person. Maybe there is a Virgo in your house. They're the most practical signs, or a Taurus or an Earth sign. Ask them, what should I do? Is it the right thing to do? Take an opinion from your family member who is really trustworthy. So you become very romantic and poetic, and you might make mistakes. Maybe in your love life, don't make a stupid decision at that time. 19th to 30 August, that's a time when I can see maybe there might be a fight in your house, maybe with your mother. So try not to make your mother angry. And I also see a career change, or maybe you will think of changing your career, and you'll focus a lot in your home life. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Magician card. This card indicates that, well, the Magician is working for you, so maybe you will be getting some extra money from foreign land, You might earn some money from a foreign land, or maybe you will work in an MNC, multinational company, and you will earn money from them. Or maybe your company is maybe you are dealing with a foreign driven project, and you will get some money from that. And otherwise you will be very driven, and the law of attraction is working for you. So there's a person who has been in an on and off relationship with you, maybe an old person, and you are very kind of in a no nonsense mode, and you will shut the door for them. You will have strong boundaries. I also see that there can be a relocation, there can be a travel, and you might go for a lot of short distance travel this month. And there's also conflict during marriage. Maybe a conflict about getting married, conflict after marriage. Maybe you're just angry because your parents are telling you to get married, and you will just say, oh, come on, I don't want to get married. I'm sick of these words you are saying. Please let me focus on my job or a career or my education. Something like that, some argument about getting married. Or maybe you're already married and you will have a tiff with your spouse. So yeah, something like that. Maybe you're commitment phobic. You don't want to commit right now, and somebody's asking you to commit. So you might have something like that. And otherwise, you will take risks in your life, and you will try to break free from the old rut you wear, and you will have a spiritual quest, kind of drifting away from toxic friends and moving towards new pastures, or trying to figure out about life and those kind of stuff. And you must try to listen to your instinct, follow your hunches. Like if you've seen the movie The Matrix, the Hollywood film, Morpheus gives Neo two options. a blue pill and a red pill. He says that you take the blue pill, the story ends, you wake up in your bed and you believe whatever you want to believe. And then he gives another pill, that is a red pill, and he says you take the red pill, you stay in the wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So there are two choices, and we all know that Neo takes the red pill and he finds out the truth about life. And that is your situation, my dear Gemini. You must listen to an instinct just like Neo did and take all the risks which will set you free in life. And now we'll move on to the next sign, that is the Cancer zodiac sign. So now we will know how will be the month of August 2023 for Cancer zodiac sign. Well, Cancer, your first card is 10 of Pentacles. It's a very, very prosperous card, a card of abundance, a card of growth, financial fortune. I mean, you're already in one of the best phase of your career, and there's a lot of focus in your career, and it will continue. The growth will continue. You will continue to get fame, recognition, money, promotion related to your career. And it is almost like your dreams have come true already, and you are living your dream job, or let's say your dream career, which you always wanted. And there's a lot of expansion, and your focus is completely there, and you're quite happy. But there's only one silver lining, that is maybe you're away from your mother or your motherland or your family, and maybe you're missing them a lot. You're also missing the home cooked food, and there's some sort of unhappiness inside you. There is a tiny unhappiness inside you. Maybe you're overworked, you're working too much, and you're missing the peace. So you have to find that work life, personal life balance. That's the most important challenge for you, and you have to take care of that. Otherwise, there's a lot of money growth, and you will have multiple income sources. Like, you will find out multiple sources to earn money, and you will also do very smart investment, maybe in mutual funds, or maybe some long-term investment. And you will understand that now, since you're earning a lot of money, it's the best time to save it in a way that in future, in case something changes, then you can keep your life secure for a long time. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Three of Swords reversed. This card indicates that there can be some sort of challenge related to your career. Everything is fine, but there might be some obstacle which you might have to face. And remember that every challenge makes you a stronger person. So don't worry, face it, and you will definitely move ahead, because right now you're in a very good phase. So you will be able to tackle it. Otherwise, I also see there's a health issue this month, especially in the first week of the month. Maybe something related to your back problem or spinal cord issue. Maybe you are sitting in a chair for a long period of time and you might have some back related problem. Please take care of your health a lot. Do all the exercise, relaxation, walking, giving rest to your body, your eyes, your mind. Splash water and whatever is there. I mean, you must be already knowing. Try to have a health routine for yourself for every day. I also see there can be an operation or a surgery. Don't worry, it will be for your good only. And take all the necessary requirement for that, and you will go through it. There's also a divorce showing up in the card. Maybe it was long pending, and suddenly the fights have increased and both of you want it. It has not been finalized yet, but you are on the verge of it. For some of you, it might have finalized, but I see more like something has started, and there's the fight have started, and you are kind of thinking what to do, what not to do, and there's a long process related to it. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Sun card, and it indicates that the sun is going to shine on you, which means a lot of fame, a lot of respect, recognition for you. Some of you might get a government job, maybe in an authoritative position, in a commanding position, and you will be respected a lot, not only in the outside world, but in your home life also. And some of you, like women, might find a man who is like the sun. I mean, like a father figure or an authoritative figure, can be married to such a man. Such a man can enter in your life.
Or the same vice versa for men also. Maybe a female will enter in your life who is very shining, who has a shining personality. And your father will have a lot of impact on you, especially on your personality, on your mind, and on your marriage also. Maybe your father will help you to get married, might, kind of suggest someone from his like friend circle. You will want to be like your father, and he will have a huge impact on your personality. And this month, you will put a lot of focus on your body, on your fitness. You will try to change your body, personality, your fitness, your hairstyle. Yes, I see a hairstyle change also this month. Maybe something, something you've not tried. And 19th of August onwards, you'll buy a gadget for yourself. You can also have a fight with your sibling or your co-workers, and remember that fight will not last that long, so try to remain very calm and peaceful. Moving on to the next sign, and I have Leo for you. And Leo, your first card is the Chariot card. This card indicates that you will be going for foreign travel this month, or maybe some of you have already gone abroad, or maybe to some other state. If you are from Odisha, then you are in some other state, and you are pursuing your higher education. Higher education is a very important aspect for you right now, and it has a lot of impact on you, and especially you are getting a lot of knowledge. Lot, I mean, say, you are in the ocean of knowledge. So you are studying your textbooks, at the same time you are researching on other stuff also, maybe in internet. You are trying to know about the world, philosophies, religion, and you are trying to explore all kind of religions and mysticism about stars, galaxy, planets, I don't know what, whatever interests you, maybe artificial intelligence. So you are exploring a lot of things, and your mind is at a very high level right now. But the same time, I can see that you are quite away from people. You are very isolated this month. It's happening since a long time, and you are in this you know period of isolation from your co-workers, from your siblings, younger siblings. And there might have been a fight in your office. Like, let's say you're working, you're not studying, you are in a job. So you might have become the boss, and I know that once you become the boss, your co-workers don't like you. I mean, they start bitching and gossiping against you. So this might be happening with you right now. So you're kind of away from them. You don't trust anyone anymore. But you're okay with it because you have achieved what you wanted to. But there is also the sadness of being disliked in a place. And if you've gone abroad, so you are away from your uncles and your relatives and your mother, father, your cousins, and all your people, they're away. So you're feeling that deep loneliness inside you. But at the same time, what I see is that you're going through a lot of personality change. This month there will be a lot of change in your body, your personality, your mind thinking process. Something will change in that. Maybe you will change your hairstyle, how you wear your clothes. You might reshuffle things. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Nine of Swords. So, as you can see in this card, you're having some trouble in sleeping this month. Maybe you're unable to sleep, and you have many thoughts in your head. You are missing your father figures. You are like having this lack of a father figure in your life is troubling you. Maybe you had some issues with your father, emotional issues. Maybe he controlled you a lot. So, due to his control, you are finding some issues, psychological issues in your life. And you're also realizing one thing, that there is a big problem inside you, that is inability to have boundaries in your life. Like, you are maybe currently you are facing it. Not having the ability to say no is a big problem, and you will have to deal with it this month. You'll have to learn how to set boundaries. Otherwise, people will always cross it and will exploit you. So the best thing for that is to learn isolation. So remember that if you are going through isolation this month, it is only to teach you to become stronger, a stronger person who can be okay with being isolated rather than being crossed over by a narcissist person who will control you. You will not allow anyone to control you anymore. And for that, you will take the spiritual route. And now I'll move on to the next card, and I have Five of Cups with me. And this card indicates that you're going through losses in life, and you're quite there is some sort of deep sadness inside you for the losses, and you will face some losses this month. And some of you might get divorced, or you're going through divorce, and there can be some conspiracy related to your marriage or your married life this month, especially in the first week. Be careful. And some of you might decide not to get married. Like maybe you are pressurized by your family a lot, but you will decide that I don't want to get married. I have no interest in that. I will remain unmarried for the rest of my life. Is a resolution, you will take it. Marriage is a major challenge for you, and it's going on since a couple of months. Like you are thinking, like you are kind of contemplating what to do regarding it. Some of you are wanting to get married, but it's not happening. I mean, you're not getting the right person, and you're waiting and waiting, and you're tired of that waiting period. So, one thing I'll say that remember that a waiting period has always a lesson for you, something to learn. You are being made to wait because you still have to change something in yourself, which you don't know perhaps. And you have to become the man or the woman, or I will rather say a soul, a higher soul. Let's not think about man or woman. All of us are souls. You have to become that higher soul or an evolved soul who can allow or welcome another soul in his or her life in a very welcoming, loving manner. You have to become that person, then only the other person will enter. And for that, you have to raise your vibration a lot. Do not get desperate to get married. On the contrary, focus on your well being, focus on your personality, on your spiritual growth, and become the best version of yourself. After that, when a person enters, in your life, will be again somebody who matches you, matches your vibration. So, as I said already, that you will be going for a lot of spiritual growth this month. You will meditate. You must meditate this month. You can chant some mantras, whichever is your mantra. You can chant Gayatri mantra also. It's a beautiful, beautiful mantra. Try to connect with sun this month. Sun god I'm talking about. Try to wake up early and watch the sunrise, and try to sleep early, because if you have to wake up early, you have to sleep early, and try to balance your sleep routine. So that was all about Leo. We'll move on to the next sign, that is Virgo. So, Virgo, your first card is the High Priestess card. Well, it's a great card. It's a card of wisdom, knowledge, intuition, and a lot of inner power. There's a lady sitting here with a Torah in hand, reading the book of knowledge. So, my dear Virgo, you have dived deep, deep, deep inside the ocean of knowledge, and you have been doing it since a long time. You're researching a lot, and it's kind of overwhelming because a lot of knowledge is coming to you suddenly out of nowhere. So you're kind of reading multiple things, information, you're reading a lot of books, you're doing multiple courses at the same time. Lots of information is coming to you suddenly, and you're kind of enjoying it. Some of you are even going to libraries and reading books after books after books. Some of you are watching lots of videos to understand something deeper about the world, something deeper about yourself. You've actually delved deep inside yourself. Some of you are into astrology, tarot card reading, occult sciences. You're trying to understand these things also, the deeper, darker secrets of life. Because, my dear Virgo, I know you are a seeker of knowledge, and you want to understand the truth of life. Some of you might be even scientists who are doing some sort of research. So, this is like kind of a great healing time for you. because of this, and knowledge actually saves us from a lot of problems in life. The same time, you have destroyed your enemies since a pretty long time. All of your enemies are gone. You have kind of destroyed them by just your silence. Sometimes silence is enough to destroy your enemies. In the first week of August, you can face some conflict, some trouble in your workplace, like some sort of conspiracy or office politics. So be very careful, but you are in a very strong position. You will overcome that very soon. Otherwise, isolation is a challenge for you. Some of you will be in isolation period. It's actually already there and it will continue. The period of isolation, it will be a challenge for you. Your health will be very important aspect of your life. And some of you are going through surgery or some sort of health issue or a kind of a back related problem, and you are dealing with it in a very, very wise manner. So you have to take care of your health. It is an important concern. Tell yourself every day that I must do something about my health today. Maybe I need to walk or run or eat good food, whatever. It's like your duty, your responsibility. And you are going through a massive transformation. I cannot explain you in words the kind of transformation which is happening to you, my dear Virgo. And there have been a lot of deaths. I'm not talking about physical death. I'm talking about the symbolic death of the events in your life. Many things happened. Many people came and went away from your life. Many things ended in your life, and that was for your best. And I can explain you that there was an illusion in your life, a dream which you wanted to achieve, a high desire. It's still there, but a desire is an illusion until you manifest it. What I want to say is that you have to take the necessary steps. You have to be creative. You have to be hardworking to reach there. You have to weigh your options, that how can I get there? How can I really achieve? A mere illusion is not enough. And my dear Virgo, I know you're very practical. You know what are the steps required to reach there. So this month also, you will get an advice on how to achieve your dreams. It will be very difficult to do. Like you will get the exact advice what needs to be done, and you have to do it. Maybe you already knew it since a long time, but you were always running away from that because it's kind of difficult to do that. There's a lot of hard work you have to do to achieve that. So stop running away and listen to your inner guru, your inner mentor who is telling you what needs to be done to achieve your highest ambition or your highest goal. This month, you can also have two gurus or two mentors or two bosses, and there will be conflict between the two. There can be two choices in your head, and you are weighing your options whether you should go that direction or this direction. You have that inner conflict, but it will be resolved. Just have patience. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Six of Wands. This card indicates that there'll be a lot of money growth, financial growth for you. You can also get inheritance property or money, sudden gain in your money and financial sector. At the same time, I see there's some sort of victories there this month. You'll have a great connection with your elder sibling, some sort of emotional connection. You'll be recognized in your workplace and your network circle also. You will have in your friends circle, you will shine there. And this month, you will think about going away from where you're staying right now. Maybe you want to go abroad, or maybe you want to go to some distant land, some other state, some other place. You know, that it's like your deepest desire. It's a soul's desire to go to another place. And you're planning for it. You're planning a lot. You're making all the strategies for it. This month, you'll also get some profit from the foreign lands. And one of your ambition, your desire will be completed this month. Luck will favor you, and your focus will be on education. You, especially students who are preparing for examination or something, competitive examination, or maybe somebody's taking an admission, so they will focus on their education, and you will do pretty well this month. Some of you will buy a car, and you can take car driving lessons also. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Five of Wands, and this card indicates that you will learn to face your enemies, your conflicts, your diseases, your health, and your debt. So, you will become a master of conflict and enemy management. So, great achievement for you, my dear Virgo. And you are also remembering your past losses, who damaged you, and how to tackle that in a nice way. And I will advise you that there's a lot of mental activity going on. So you must do some physical activity like dancing, walking, running, jogging, and it will be a great relief for you. Do some exercise and it will help you. Some of you even will go and play football. It can happen. Something with your feet, and you have to take care of your feet. You will do a lot of walking this month, by the way. You will walk a lot. So, and yeah, some of you will see dreams, a lot of dreams I see. And you can also get some sleep issues. Take care of your sleep. If you are into spirituality will be a major factor for you. You will focus on that spirituality, meditation, and yoga. And you might get a connection with a spirit, I see, like maybe your ancestors or someone, some sort of spirit connection is there. You can face that. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Hermit card for you. So, this card indicates that, well, again, the period of isolation, and some of you will be hospitalized, will go to the hospital, and we all know that when you go to a hospital, naturally we are isolated, but don't feel negative about it, because that will teach you a lot of lessons. You will be cut off from the world, and you'll think about the harsh realities of life. And as I said, you will be aware of your hidden talents, your creativity, and you'll go for writing also this month. You'll decide to write something, maybe write a novel or write a journal or something, or maybe write your own diary. Make your schedules, what I want to do in my life. So I see Virgo getting a job abroad, like maybe an MNC, a multinational company, or going to foreign land, going for a trip, where again the focus will be on spirituality, isolation, and connecting deeply with yourself. I also see some Virgos working in hospital this month, in a place of isolation, and you'll be very philosophical by watching the people around you. And many of the Virgos this month will watch science fiction movies or action movies, and philosophical, spiritual movies or videos or whatever. And that will give you a lot of wisdom. As I said in the beginning, you are learning a lot. Knowledge is very important for you this month. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Eight of Cups. And this card indicates that, well, a lot of workout this month. You'll be focusing on your health, especially mid of the month onwards. You will realize that health is important. You'll go to the gym, or maybe you'll do workout, and you can become the leader or boss in your company, organization, place, school, college, or your home, wherever you are. Your leadership qualities will enhance from August of 19 to 30. And then you'll make a lot of strategies. You will try to change your personality. There'll be huge transformation in your body, personality, in your thought process. And you will also decide to resist and sacrifice, because Virgos are known for the sacrifice. They sacrifice something lower to achieve something higher. So you will resist unhealthy food. You will not eat them for your health. You will resist money. You will leave the lure of money so that you can achieve your dreams. You will also be very cut off from your family a lot. Maybe they're pissing you off, or maybe you want to just remain isolated and take your own decisions. So I see sacrifices, resistance, and huge transformation, and trying to achieve something bigger and higher. My dear Virgo, I will advise you at the end that you should learn to delegate your task, like give duties and responsibility to other also, not take everything on yourself. You are already overburdened. Be open to help from outside. And I also see this month you will come out to the world. You will be back on the scene, and take the world by a storm. Take care of your sleep. I see some bad sleeping patterns. And at the same time, I see in this month, you will remember a lot of things from the past, your past painful experiences from which you have recovered. You would start thinking in these ways that I wish I would have said that in this situation. I wish I would have done this in that situation. And you will, do a lot of overthinking. my dear Virgo, I'll advise you that listen, past is just an illusion. It's gone. There's no point thinking what would have happened or what would have not happened. Those people who have hurt you in the past were weak people, and they don't have that much of power which is there inside you. And they were jealous, they were weak, and they were treacherous, they were cunning. So karma is going to bite them. They will get a lesson. You don't have to take any revenge or you don't have to do anything. You are meant to do higher things. So try to evolve like a phoenix and move to a greater, higher self of yourself, the highest version of yourself. With that, we'll move on to the next sign, that is Libra. So, Libra, how are you? I hope you're doing awesome in life. So, we'll start your tarot card reading. And Libra, your first card is the King of Pentacles. Well, this card indicates that career wise, it's a great month for you. You can be promoted as a boss or as a leader or as a mentor or a guru in your workplace. Something which you always wanted. There's a lot of career growth this month. The sun will shine on your career. Otherwise, you will also have a very healthy connection with your boss or with your father as well. I mean, there will be some sort of mentor or a guide above you who will guide you what to do. Like, when you become a manager and we don't know what to do and we are very nervous inside, we know that we have all these responsibility, we have to get things done. But then when there is some person above you, like a godfather or maybe somebody who is your boss, is guiding you in a very emotional manner, just like your father guides you. So you'll feel really great. So it'll be a good transition for you. Otherwise, you'll have a nice bonding with your own father. So he might tell you certain things. Some of you will miss your father. Like, let's say you are away from your father and in a distant land, so you'll be missing him and you will give him a phone call. I also see some of you will become father figures in your house. Women might have to become father figures. Otherwise, you'll get fame and recognition in your career, business, job, or education, whatever you're doing related to your career. Moving on, I also see there's a growth of money. And one of your wish, which you always thought, I wish it would happen, will happen, is actually happening. It's going on and you are living your dream, which you always wanted. And I also see some of you will get a job related to finance, money sector. And that will happen at around 14th to 17th of August. I also see there are multiple sources of income coming for you this month. Like you will use your multiple talents to earn money from different ways. And there will also be a focus on education this month. You will work really hard for your college education or post-graduation, PhD, or maybe some competitive examination which you are giving. And you will feel very active, very energetic. You will feel like studying and, preparing really hard for it. But there will be some sort of challenge also. You will face some obstacles and you will have to overcome that. Health-wise, you will have to take care of your feet this month and your kidney. Drink a lot of water and give rest to your feet at the same time. 20 to 21, these 2 days, August 20 to 21, you will travel. Maybe you'll go for a long distance travel or something. So you might get exhausted, so take care of yourself. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Two of Swords. Swords card is air sign, your card. And it actually tells you that, you are facing two people in your life. Maybe two lovers, two suitors, maybe two people wanting to marry you. You are unable to choose or decide. One of them is very traditional and following, maybe of your own caste and culture and language. Another one is like a complete foreigner. And you don't know which is the right thing. The foreigner is always attractive. The unknown, a challenge, an adventure. But the known person, like somebody who is of your culture, is kind of boring for us because we know he's going to do the same thing or she's going to do the same thing we expect. but you have to be very practical in making this choice. Marriage is the focus for you. It will continue in this month also. But I believe that if you want to make a wise decision, then try to understand yourself first instead of just focusing on the other. If you understand yourself the best, you will be able to make a wise decision. Just ask yourself that, who am I? I mean, what do I really want in a relationship or in a marriage? What I am looking for? Then you can decide who is the right person to fill that vacuum inside you, or that requirement, or who is the best person who can fit with you. Do not take a very commercial decision, because it's your life after all. Those of you who are already married, there can be a lot of growth in your marriage, in your married life. Your husband can earn a lot of money. You can also travel somewhere, like with your spouse, you can go for a trip. Those who are single, they will be looking for marriage a lot this month. Those of you who are doing business, again, a lot of expansion this month, and I also see travel for you. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Tower card. And you know that whenever the Tower card comes, it always brings a surprise. We are normally very scared when the Tower card comes. So, yeah, I mean, something drastic might happen this month regarding your love life, especially I see, or your education, your love life, or your child. Especially, I see in your love life, suddenly you will know that you have been betrayed by your lover, and you will feel very tragic, or kind of like sad, depressed, like Macbeth from Shakespeare's play. How can I be betrayed like that by my own person? That kind of feeling. So I see a breakup or a divorce, especially in the first week, some sort of challenge coming in this sector. Certain fact or information about your lover will be revealed to you suddenly out of nowhere, and you will have to take a decision. Some of you are dealing with a very strict lover, or somebody who is very father like, boring, and kind of that person, disciplined personality. And that person is not giving you the commitment, or maybe is delaying you things, and you are very pissed off, like, why is not happening, why my marriage is not happening, why my wedding is not happening. Some challenge related to your wedding is there, I can see that. But otherwise, your network circle is going to expand a lot. You will meet many friends this month. You will chat with them, you will communicate a lot with them, you will talk to them, you will write to them, you will do all these stupid things we do. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Page of Swords reverse. This card indicates that, well, your communication will crash this month. Like, let's say some electronic device or communication device or your email, something will be crashed, something will be lost in the mail, or it will go down to your spam and you will not be able to know your documents and all. Your bank statement, be very, very careful. There might be some glitches regarding to financial sector. So yeah, some sort of device, electronic gadget crashing, or your communication issues will be there. So be very careful. So moving on to the next card, and we have the 10 of Wands, and this card indicates that you are feeling very, very, very burdened and pressure this month. It's like the whole world's weight, the whole world's burden is on your shoulder, and you are tired and exhausted of, you have a very big project, you're working really hard, you've taken a lot of responsibility. So I'll advise you, try to release it. Try to just relax for some time. Give your body, your mind some rest. I also see you will go for short distance travel, a lot of short distance travel this month. And you will have to understand yourself. There's a lot of focus on others, but you have to come back to the focus on you. You have to remember yourself. You being Libra, the other person's house, you're focusing too much on the outside world. Come back to your inner world. Get inside your head for some time. Try to feel yourself. Try to understand your own consciousness. This month, you will have new ideas bumbling inside your head, and you will try to leave your bad habits. And especially, I want you to take care of yourself and practice self-love. Moving on to the next sign, that is Scorpio zodiac sign, and your first tarot card is the Hierophant card. Well, this card indicates that this month your focus will be on higher education, especially technical education. Can be of any technical field. You can go for engineering. You can also go for political science as well. You will be promoted as a boss and you will focus on higher philosophy, knowledge, realizations, and some of you can explore ancient texts of India like Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, philosophies. And I know it very well that Scorpions love to read such kind of books. They love to explore the mysteries of life. They love to explore the deeper, darker secrets of life, which we are not aware of. They love to explore the fourth dimension. Otherwise, career-wise, you will shine a lot. There'll be a lot of new opportunity. This is one of the best time for your career. Some of you will get a job in an MNC, a multinational company. There will be a huge transformation in your career and you will get multiple job opportunities at the same time and you will have to choose between them because you've been working really hard, my dear Scorpions. However, at the same time, along with the job opportunities, you will also have to deal with enemies. This will be a challenge for you and you have been dealing with enemies since a long time. So you have kind of become a master of enemy management and you will do really well, but be very careful of people who are talking very sweetly in front of you and have ulterior motives behind your back. Your mental health, your mental peace will be a challenge, especially in the first week of the month because there will be a lot of stress, especially in your work field. You will have to deal with conflicts, especially related to your health, so take care of your health. And most importantly, what I see is that you will have to balance your work along with your home life, like your work field and your personal life, your professional and your personal life. That will be a major conflict. You will feel like being dragged or being pulled in both directions at the same time. And you'll have to manage your time effectively in both the areas because if you don't take care of one area, then it can affect the other area. I also see that some of you can be promoted as a boss or a guru or a guide or maybe a professor in a college and you will take the leadership position in a very nice manner and you will also have, I also see a kind of an emotional connection with your father. It can be positive, it can be negative, but I see more positive, emotional connect with your father. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Knight of Cups. This card indicates that this knight is preparing for something. You are very, very, strongly determined that you want to go somewhere. You are planning to go somewhere, especially abroad. I mean, I see a lot of you want to go abroad. And you have been preparing and planning for that. But it's not happening for many of you. It's not happening and you're failing. But you are very determined. Scorpions are very determined. So you're making all the preparation for it. But otherwise, I see like a short trip, let's say for education, especially for education, I'm seeing a traveling for some place. There is also an energy which is saying that you are really, working hard in your home. Especially I see some of you are working from home and you're doing a lot of household work actually since a long time. You're kind of pissed off because, come on, Scorpions, they can do a lot of housework, but they don't really enjoy it. They are the people who are in command most of the time. And you're also dealing with enemies, with your inner flaws. Especially you have to deal with yourself, like your conflicts, your issues, your debts, your inner flaws, the things, and cleanliness. You have to keep your room clean, your house clean. And you are like, Scorpions are very messy people. They're very disorganized at times. But you have a challenge. You have to do it because the thing is that you have to especially learn all those tiny stuff, all those micro stuff of our life. Like you have to do micromanagement, paying the bills, going to the grocery, going to the hospital, how to go to the hospital, how to take care of your health, how to clean your room, how to buy your clothes, how to dry your clothes, how to iron them, how to keep your books in a nice shelf, how to keep yourself organized, how to deal with enemies and conflicts which come from nowhere, how to pay the internet bill, all these Virgo kind of stuff, those kind of micromanagement, those stuff of our life which we find boring and repetitive. You are doing those things and you kind of hating it. But you have to do it, my dear Scorpions, because it is preparing you to go abroad. Because when you will go abroad, you will have to do it yourself. Your parents won't be there. Or maybe your family won't be there. You will be all alone. So if you deal it now, then when you go abroad, when you go to a better place, when you're all alone, you will deal it in a very nice manner. So do it as a kind of a preparation, along with, like, let's say you are preparing for the visa and everything. With the same time, you have to take care of yourself. I also see 5 of Pentacles, and this card indicates that you're feeling a little bit lonely, left out this month. Like isolation, I see a lot of isolation for you, my dear Scorpions. And there's also an indication of money loss, kind of a lack energy, like where you're feeling deprived a little bit. There's also this energy of spirituality coming up in your life. And like spirituality is something which releases you from all your problems. So you have taken solace in the divine. I also see that this month you can learn a new language. And you can also have a kind of a conflict with your elder brother or your sister, but it will not be that long. It will be a short period of time. Then again, there is a lot of wandering. Like Ketu is your lord. So Ketu loves to wander here and there like a monk, like a priest, like a wanderer, So you can wander, you might drive here and there, and you can spend time here and there, walk, like go for some sort of random walk. You can do such stuff. I mean, I know it's crazy, but sometimes wandering is good because, it clears your head. Maybe jogging, like that. And also I see that lots of people are there in your head. They're poking you in your matters and you're not feeling happy about it. So there's a lot of unnecessary presence of people in your life. In your mind, in your life, like in your free time also, you are thinking about hundreds of people are there inside your head. They're all telling you, you should do this, you should do that. And you're kind of pissed off. That's why you've decided to be alone. Okay, I don't want so many people in my life. I want to be alone. But when you're alone also, those people are inside your head. So it's like a loop and you don't know how to get out of it. But don't worry, you will get out of it. And the best way to get out of this problem is silence. Silence your mind, silence your thought. Don't talk, don't say anything, sit in a room, go quiet. Just be silent. Silent internally, silent externally. And just relax. Tell yourself that everything will be okay. The best thing will happen to me. And it will happen, my dear Scorpions. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Justice card. And this card indicates that you are waiting for some sort of justice, some sort of decision, and a big decision will come. I see this happening this month. There can be divorce, there can be cutting of ties. There can be some court-related case which you are going through and you will receive a big decision for that. And now we have the last card, that is the Four of Wands. It's a great card for you, my dear Scorpions, especially those Scorpions who are feeling very lonely this month. You will go for a party or a function or a celebration, You will come out of your hermit mode, of your Scorpion mode, where you're completely closed inside, in your den, in your cave. You will come out of your cave and you will go out in the real world and you will get an invitation from a close friend. And you will go there and you will have fun, you will dance, you will party, you will meet people. That will be a great time for you. And in that party, you can meet a partner or a friend or a lover or someone special and you will bond a lot with them. Otherwise, I see you will be very organized this month. You will be action-oriented, target-oriented. You will be very focused and you will channel your energy in the very creative manner. And the last piece of advice I'll give you is that, my dear Scorpions, just wait for things to happen. Don't get impatient. You're very hardworking, very creative, and the best will happen to you.
Moving on to the next sign, and I have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your first card for the month of August 2023 will be the Lover's card. Well, this card indicates that love life is very important for you this month. You can face two people at the same time, like having two partners, two lovers at the same time, and you will have difficulty in deciding who is the right person for you. At the same time, there will be some sort of challenge in your love life which you have to figure out what to do, and you will explore romance in a very in a kind of a grand manner, like romantic moments for you. And you are so much deep into this that you are kind of away from your friend circle. You're quite cut off from your friends since a pretty long time, because you are with your partner. You're spending all your time with your partner. But be very careful. There's a chance that you might be tricked or betrayed by your lover. So make sure that you are very practical and do not miss out on your friend circle. Or your the people who were there before you met this new person in your life. Again, I see a lot of focus on education this month. You'll be very focused on your education, especially your higher education. You can face some challenges related to it. Make sure that you really study hard and you do not neglect your studies. I also see a fear of commitment inside your heart. And there is also a sign of lack of communication, like you are unable to communicate what you want to say, or you don't feel like saying anything to anyone. I mean, you're kind of quite very quiet and silent. And sometimes silence can kill another person, as in, sometimes silence can be very, tough to decode for the other person, like the other person doesn't know what's going inside your head. Moving on to the next card, and I have Two of Pentacles, which means that you will do a lot of hard work and related to your business, and you will be using your hands a lot. You will, if some of you are thinking of starting a business, or you already have a business, you are a business person, entrepreneur, or you have started a new project or something like that, or even if you are in a job also, so you will be working really, really hard to understand everything, how things are and all that. You will get some luck related to your career. Some of you might get a job placement from your education only, from your college only, you will get a placement offer. Make sure you take care of your health, of your father. You will have to deal with your co-worker, your boss, your business. And sometimes what we do is that, let's say you are doing a business and you say that let's do this new thing, and your partner says no, we are not, I don't think we should do it. I think we should do the old way, how we used to do it. But then you will say, oh, come on, I have a new idea. So there will be a tiff with a partner related to this. So I'll advise you, try to respect the old way and see how it works. It's not just about rejecting your idea. It's not about keeping your ego. Sometimes going the old way is fine, and sometimes you have to go a little bit back foot. Sometimes you have to play in the back foot. Eventually you will get your chance for your new idea, but right now you have to lay low. And if your ideas get rejected, please keep quiet, be silent, your time will come. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Ten of Swords, and this card indicates that you'll face some sort of defame this month. Somebody will speak against you, gossip against you, maybe your co-workers, or maybe somebody who was close to you. And you will have to deal with that. Try to keep your hands clean. Try to keep your reputation clean and let other people do the dirty work for you. What I want to say is that you have to understand that when you're working with other people, so you have to kind of balance what you want and what others want. And if you don't do that, there will be an imbalance of power. And I see an imbalance of power this month. So be very careful about these things, these matters. And even if you get defamed, don't worry, things will be okay later on. So just stay calm, stay low. I also see a fight with co-workers, and again I will say that stay quiet and calm that time. Don't react. Do not trust people much this month, because I believe that we really don't know anyone. I mean, you don't know someone until you counter a problem with them. So it will be kind of a Zen test for you. Try to be a cool person. I also see a lot of kind of a loss of network circle. Maybe some of your friends will disappear, vanish. And some of you, if you are getting married this month, or you have recently got married, so after marriage, luck will favor you, or maybe you will decide to do studies, like you will go for higher education after your marriage. So, some sort of that thing can happen as a consolation. Yeah, so that was all about the month of August for Sagittarius, and we'll move on to the next sign, that is Capricorn. Capricorn, your first card is the Four of Pentacles. Capricorn, this month your focus will be on money, saving money, you know, and you'll try not to spend money because you want to focus on the future. Capricorn, you always focus on the future. And your major challenge will be a home. Focus will be on your mother and your home, your family. That will be a major focus. Your food. And there's a chance that you will be buying a lot of stuff for your home, like a TV, fridge, AC, those luxurious items. Or you will buy a big house. You can buy a big house or buy gadgets and stuff it inside your home. Maybe you might even go for shopping for clothes this month. But I see some challenge inside your home life which you have to tackle. Lot of transformation in your career, and you'll also get some sudden money, some sudden financial gain, or like, let's say, a promotion or some offer. Some of you will decide to work for other people's money, like you'll decide to work as a CA or in the bank or finance, money related, money management stuff. Moving on to the next card, and we have Emperor reversed. So I see a fight with your father, some conflict with your father or boss or father figure. And there's also a little bit of situation related to marriage. Maybe a divorce kind of situation might arise. You have to be very, very careful for that. There can be some conflict with your in-laws, or you will spend time with your in-laws and they will give you some advice or something. So it can be good, it can be bad, good, bad, ugly, mixture of that. Moving on to the next card, we have the World card. That's a beautiful card. The card indicates that you will be traveling, and some of you will go to America or Europe or something like that, some developed country like that. And there's also an indication of love marriage coming up, in kind of love marriage situation, or like you finding many people in your life, like multiple love affairs or partners kind of situation. You have to be careful for that. And you can get married to someone of a very high status or authority, and suddenly your status will increase, like from nowhere to becoming Mrs. something, or from nowhere becoming the husband of someone very special, like ambassador or something, I don't know, someone doing a government job or someone of a very high status, high position. So something like that can happen. I also see that some of you will decide to build a house abroad. Like, let's say you've been living on rent for a lot of time and you decide, oh, it's enough now, I can't pay any more rent, I'll be building a house. So I'll decide to build a house and build a house. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Hanged Man, and this card indicates that a lot of soul searching, lot of thinking, lot of solitary energy for you this month. And you will be searching for life's meaning. You will think of not changing your identity anymore. Like you will say, it's enough. I have changed myself a lot. I will not allow the society to brand me. I'll recreate myself. I'll be myself. If I change also, it's because of an inner calling. So you are in this solitary energy and you are searching for life's meaning. You have slowed down a lot. You're not being in a hurry anymore. You're making a choice this month. You will make a very strong choice and you will find a direction, a strong direction towards some place. You'll be very disciplined and you will be very focused this month and you will dive deep within yourself. Moving on to the next sign, and I have Aquarius. And Aquarius, your first card is the Seven of Cups. This card indicates that there are a lot of options in your life right now. I mean, as in, your major challenge for this month will be your life partner, your married life, the love of your life, and focus will be on marriage. And you will find many partners, many options, and you will be confused. Which option should I take? That will be a major confusion for you. You will have to focus on yourself this month a lot. And you yourself, your personality is also a big challenge for you to deal with. And I see you will face some challenges from your siblings, from your co-workers. I'll advise you this month, please take care of your health and your father's health as well. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Ten of Swords. So an ugly card, I will say ugly as in that it's a difficult card, difficult situation for you, Aquarius. So you can face some sort of accident or surgery problem, back related issue, and you will come out of it, don't worry. And again, you have to take care of your health a lot this month. Suddenly you might feel like I don't want to study anymore. You will have that thought, dislike for higher education, and you will say that I'm tired of studying, I don't want to study anymore. It's a very emotional thing. You will feel like I want to live my life. So I'll advise you that if you have that feeling, do not forget that how much money you paid for your education, how many semesters have passed, how much hard work you have put into, how much your parents have sacrificed. So don't forget your parents' sacrifice and continue, finish your education. And if you want a fresh something happening, something different, go for a walk, go for a break, take a break from your studies, go to another place like a retreat, a picnic, or just watch the stars or dance, play the music, take a hobby, do something to break the monotony of, because I know that when you study, when you're in education, it's very tiring, it's very difficult to cope up with that. And I know the feeling, I have been through that myself. So yeah, just take a break, don't give up what you're doing since a long time. I also see some of you will have a career change, major career change, and also there's chances of love marriage this month. There's also this energy of betrayal, like you were betrayed. You're betrayed by someone whom you trusted, and now it's very difficult for you to open up to love or relationship, intimacy, emotional intimacy. So you're feeling that detached energy. You're feeling like, oh, I cannot do it anymore. I'm done with these things. I'm done with love. I'm done with romance, relationship, emotional stuff, even making friends. Like let's say your friends betrayed you. You don't want to make friends. You don't want to talk to anyone. You're tired. You're angry. You're pissed off. Moving on to the next card, and we have the Five of Cups. You're in a mourning period. You're wanting something deeply. You have some plan. You've worked hard. You're waiting, planning. It's not happening actually. It's not happening the way you thought. So you are just waiting and planning and thinking that should I invest in what I have decided, or should I stop doing that, or should I do something else? It's like, let's say you wanted a particular job and you prepared for it. Nothing happened. Not coming in your way. You're very sad for that. And what I can tell you is that right now all you need is a little bit of patience. You have to wait. The time has not come yet, and you will receive a well-deserving reward for your hard work. Just have a little bit of patience.
But otherwise, I see a lot of financial growth will continue this month also.
So, moving on to the next sign, and I have Pisces for you. Pisces, your first card is Ten of Pentacles. This card indicates that this month is the month of great financial growth. You will continue to earn a lot of money, and especially you have two major sources of income, and you are gaining a lot from those two sources. And you are at one of your best phase in your career. And the best thing is that you are earning money in your own style, in your own way. I mean, as you always wanted, your dreams are coming true, and at the same time you're a little bit of you're kind of cut off from others. You have decided not to take anyone's help to earn your money, and you're doing it on your own. Or I can say the situations have been made in that a way, that situation was created in a way that nobody offered you any help, and you decided that yes, it's my life, so I'll find a way on my own. Do you remember the song by Frank Sinatra, I Did It My Way? It's kind of that situation. I also see an energy of being cut off from your in laws. You are kind of not interested to visit them, or not talking to them, or don't want to take their help, or something like that. Or there's some sort of tiff coming with your in laws. And there's also an energy of like you had a transfer, like you were working at one place, you suddenly had a transfer to a new place, and you kind of didn't like it. I mean, you were very comfortable at one place and you had set up everything, and then suddenly this transfer happens and you were like pissed off now. Why this is happening, why it happened? But trust me, it happened for your best interest only. So you have to take it very positively. Also, you have to take a little bit of care for your health, your back problem, or you might get an unexpected disease, something which you had not expected will come from nowhere. Moving on to the next card, and I have Four of Wands for you. This card indicates victory and success for you, especially if you are giving any competitive examination, or you are, in some sort of competition, then you will be winning it. And people who are sports persons, they will have a great success this month, and they will win some difficult competition which they had not expected. So it's your winning time. You've actually worked really hard for that, and you will get your success after a lot of hard work. But at the same time, I also see fame coming for you. Like, let's say, people who are in the creative arts, like dancing, acting, modeling, or things like that. You'll get some success, you will be recognized, you'll be famous, and at the same time, you'll have to work a lot. You'll have to work hard. You're doing a lot of work in your home, like household work or something like that, cleaning, organizing, and some of you have to take care of their legal matters, paperwork, documentation, conflicts. Also, there's a lot of career expansion. As I was talking about financial growth, and your career will grow a lot. There's a lot of expansion of your network circle, more friends coming up. You'll be talking to them, you'll be networking, and you'll be finding ways to move ahead in your life. And there's a lot of focus on education also. Some of you will go for technical education, like engineering, medical, or biotechnology, or something like that. Some of you might go for pharmacy also, and you will start a fresh start in education. I also see multiple job offers coming to you at the same time, like three offers maybe at the same time, and you don't know where to go. I mean, maybe you will think that, oh, nothing was happening, and now things are happening, and they're happening like an avalanche. Everything is happening at the same time. So it's a kind of a, you don't know what to do situation. I also see that you will have to deal with enemies this month, like difficult enemies, lot of enemies coming. But don't worry, you will be very, very, very successful in destroying your enemies. You will kind of burn them. You will, how do I say? Break your enemies into pieces. They will be scared of you. Things will turn in your favor. Moving on to the next card, and I have the Hermit card for you, which indicates that you'll have to deal with isolation this month. You are feeling very isolated, and you might feel a little bit depressed in the first week. Some sort of issue related to your mental health, take care of it. And some of you are
working a lot in isolation. Like, let's say some of you are in hospitals, you're working in hospitals and there's a lot of isolation, or you're working all alone, you're writing. Some of you will go for writing this month, and writing is a very lonely job and you're doing that, some writing related work, and you're feeling disturbed. At the same time, many of you will do a lot of work, all those important duties and responsibilities. You're taking a lot of responsibilities this month, and some of you want to go abroad very much, but it's not happening. I mean, you're quite pissed off that it's not happening. So you will do the paperwork for going abroad, or you will go for education, so that education will push you to go abroad. So that kind of preparation for going abroad I can see this month. Some of you will get pregnant and you can have a child, most probably a son, and you are just out of the hospital and you're feeling quite lonely, and you have to do again a lot of work for yourself. You have to take care of your own health as well as your child's health. I also see a fight with your sibling, like your brother or your sister. So try to, patch up with them if you have a fight. And you can spend a lot of time with pets, with animals, or your uncle. You can spend time with your uncle or with animals, and it will give you a lot of solace, because spending time with animal is really, really, really very nurturing, caring, and very peaceful. I really enjoy that. I know many of you, especially Pisces, are very empathetic, nurturing, caring, loving, and they connect emotionally. They can read people's emotions, being water signs, and they can also feel when a pet or an animal is going through pain. They can feel it, and they have empathy for everyone, including animals. Moving on to the next card, and I have the moon card for you. This card indicates that there's a little bit of kind of a tired energy. Like you'll be very exhausted, you'll be very tired, and mentally you'll feel a bit down this month. But again, you'll spring back, of course. You're working really hard this month, but you will be exhausted. So please take care of yourself, take care of your health, your body, your mind, your soul, everything, because you're doing so much of hard work. So you deserve that spa, or that massage, or having a nice bath, or just walking, or just sitting in the nature, not doing anything, or let's say music, just plainly listening to music. Otherwise, I see a major victory for you this month. Get some major success. Moving on to the next card, and I have Page of Cups, which indicates that this month I see some sort of offer coming for you, and also someone will meet you and apologize to you, will say sorry to you, and and will give a kind of a friendship offer can come to you, but it will be a small offer. But this offer has a link to something bigger in the future. So you can take the small offer and you can start something, whatever the offer is. Eventually it will grow bigger. I can also see there is a small tiff with your married partner, your husband or your wife. It will be from August 19 to 30. It is a small fight, so don't take it that seriously. It will move away, so be patient. And there's also a lot of action happening this month, middle of the month. You'll be very active, you'll be doing a lot of work, you'll be very victorious this month. So Pisces, my dear Pisces, this was all about the month of August 2023. And I hope all of you, all the 12 zodiac signs, have a great month for August. And that was all about this month's tarot card reading. I'll be back again the next month. Till then, have a great time, a very great spiritual life. Thank you so much for listening to me.